kids? Welcome. Mark Miller here. Roy's on the phone with me. How you doing, Roy?
Hey, Mark. I think that's kicked off again. Audio is very loud, and it's our intro.
Check. Everything's really loud?
It was like the intro music ran again.
And how about now? Are you listening to the live stream?
Okay, that's cool. That's good now.
Sounds like
Yeah,
you're
we're all
listening to
good.
live stream.
Maybe so.
Something was really loud, though. Is that kind of what?
It's good now. So, I don't know.
All right. Just got to move one camera out of the way of another camera. All right, let's get to the main view here. See how we're doing here with the...
There we go.
All right, cool. Not bad. Got a Band-Aid on my finger. All right, so today...
In the wars.
What'd you say?
In the wars, as we would say.
Yeah, in the wars. I've got the Lead Motion back out again today. And
Hey.
I have, on either side of me, I got two LIFX bulbs that we were talking about before.
Yep.
Remember when we had the fireball?
Uh-huh.
I have no idea if this is going to work. You know, we haven't
That's a little while back.
We haven't touched the fireball in like months, it seems. Anyway, I got these LIFX bulbs, and I want to write some C# code that changes their color and brightness based on how close the fireball is to my face. So if I bring it in real close and it's blue, I want to see blue on like this side of my face. But if I'm over here, I want to see blue on this side of my face, right? So I want the color to follow me. That's kind of what I want to do. And
Sure.
who knows, we may give you guys the ability as well to change the colors. Somewhere in here, we added a page, Leap. There it is right there. Huh, Let's see if this works. I don't even remember this anymore. I think I had a page that I created on my Stream Deck. Let's see here. Let's go bring up the Stream Deck UI so you can see the buttons I'm pressing. It's just loading that up. Okay, here we go. Is it over here? That's it right there. Okay, cool. So I can press these buttons along with making this active. If I just do this, let's see if we got anything showing up. Oh, cool. So we got some code that kind of still seems like it's
The
working.
code still does what it was supposed to, at least broadly.
Yeah, they're both off. See, the positions are off, but I think if I move this a little bit, kind of angle it to the side a bit. Here we go. Hold on a second. Get it over there. Where are you? There we go. Now it's a little more centered in the hands.
That's better.
A little more to the side. Let's do that. There we go. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so I can turn that off. Now with one up, assuming we got it up, let's hit the fireball button. Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Wow. Check it out. Code does not rot over time.
Yeah, well, you know, I panic.
There's
that
always
it
that
does.
concern, right?
Yeah. And then I think I have like a button here I can press to shoot in the launch. Where is it? I thought I saw a launch button over here. There it is. Launch to camera. Launch towards fingers. Okay. So if I do this, it should look like I'm blowing it because I'm just hitting the button, launch towards fingers, and wherever my fingers are pointing, it goes in that direction. So cool. So that's all sweet and working. So we want to hook in to this code we wrote months ago and control the two bulbs that I've got right now. I'm pointing at them there and there. That's where those two bulbs are right now. Got a little bit of an edge here. That's coming from, I think, the camera, the second camera. Can I move it just a bit? Can I move the other camera just a bit? There we go. It's a little cleaner.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do that. Somewhere in here, I've got an app. Let's go find my app that I did some tests with. The test app, loading it up. Here we go. The test app just basically sets some, runs out, basically does a connection here saying, hey, it's me, it's Mark. Let's see, what's this go? Get string async content. This I don't need anymore. This I just needed to kind of diagnose and debug to kind of get the names of the bulbs that were out there. I've got a bulb called left and a bulb called right. Notice I have this setting here, 2.2. This is the color of the bulb, and this is the brightness of the bulb. And then I'm passing the bulb name. That's what I'm doing here. I think I want to adjust this a little bit. The light on the left is much brighter than I need it to be. I'm going to try dropping it, cutting it in half, changing it to 1. And let's just run it and see if there's any change on the light on my side of my face at all. Takes about a 3-second fade. There, I saw it fade down. Oh yeah, you can see it here on the screen as well. So that's down a little bit right there. We might bump that up a bit. Let me close it down, change it to 0.15, and see if we can see a difference there. Let's run it. Yeah, it's just a little warmer. Cool. Let's do the same with the one on the right. Let's make it a little warmer. Make it about 2.5. Run it. It's a very small change. Let's make it let's make it an 8.5 just so you can see what a 0.85 is going to look like. There it is right there. So there you can see pretty bright on
Yeah, that's
on
pretty
that,
good.
Right? Let's switch it back to, let's switch it to 0.3. And let's change the duration's a third of a second. I was wrong on that. It's a third of a second. Let's make it like instantaneous on this, or almost 1/10 of a second. So run this and we'll drop it down. See how quick it is. App is started. There's still kind of a delay in dropping it down, but there's now 0.3. So for kind of a white, a white light kind of balance left and right based on, all the lights I have already, this kind of feels like not bad. So that, I'm going to remember this as this is my restore kind of bright, thing here. In fact, let's maybe just extract this to its own method here. We'll call this restore. Restore white balance. Like this. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, let's test out the red and blue. So make the left red and the right blue. And try that. So here we go. I see the app. Seems to take a while. There's the red and then the blue kicks in. Now notice behind me, there's a little bit of the green screen you can see. Getting these lights to hit me and not the green screen that's right behind me is an it's an exercise in lighting and masking and all of that. Is this coming from the red? It's coming from the red. Okay. I've got a mask on the red, and by adjusting it just a bit, hold on. There we go. Is that helpful? No, it's my hand that's blocking it. It's my hand. So I need the masks to come out further on the red light. So that's it. But at least you can see the red, you can see the blue tints there. I'm also thinking that Roy, that when I want to show red on one side, I'm going to show blue on the other. It's a trick similar to what's a trick used for fonts, which I've forgotten the name of. The trick.
Clear type?
Yeah, it's like clear type. So you stick one color on one side. You can even see what's kind of cool is you can even see on the keyboard, in the keyboard view here, see the red light on one side and the blue light on the other. All right, so that's my test app right there. That's the test app. It might have taken longer because I was calling restore white balance, maybe. Let's go around one more time, get the normal lighting here. All right, cool. Cool. And then let's kind of work on how we're going to move this code over. Looks like you got an HTTP client in here. So we're going to need that on the other side of things. I've got this change bulb method. That's pretty killer, pretty important. This, not so necessary. I was using that for debugging to just find out if we were cool or not. All right, let's copy that to clipboard. Let's start with that. Let's get over here. We need just following this in here. So I need something like this in terms of my configuration to bring this piece in. I'm just going to drop a marker right here. Excuse me, around that. Somewhere in here, I feel like is it the word hand? Is that the right choice? Is it probably leap, maybe? Leap?
Got a leap device.
Yeah. And I should have like a leap calibration. I've got leap calibration data as well.
Set leap calibration UI visibility near the bottom. Leap calibration data, 4 or 5 from the top.
I've got hands moved in leap device and leap calibrator. I think leap calibrator, if I'm recalling correctly, is the place where some of this work is, a lot of this work is. Let's see if that's true.
Oh, I missed this before. Apparently 425 show is raiding with a party of 20.
Oh, thanks for that.
Welcome,
show,
everybody.
425 show. Welcome.
Come on in.
I missed that as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You join us, if you've not picked up on it already, where we're revisiting some older code, which originally was designed to track Mark's hands around as he moved a virtual fireball on screen. Now we're going to have that same code kick in and control a couple of lights on either side of Mark's head. The idea being to light up his head in response to the fireball. So a blue fireball will have a blue light track across him, and similar for other colours. And that's pudding. There's really no explanation there.
Yeah, that's pudding. All right, let's see if we can refresh our minds wrapping around this code here. I'm going to move this just a bit off to the side so we can see a little bit more code here. Not black. It's my first show this week. Mine too, actually. Rory and I,
us too.
Rory and I took a
break
streaming break yesterday to work on Code Rush related spec stuff. And what's your reaction to it without revealing anything about what's working on?
It's looking pretty cool,
Right.
gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're looking cool, says Rory. We're working on stuff. All right, so let's see what we got here. Start calibration, mouse move, store points, mouse down. Yeah, it's not the calibrator I'm feeling anymore. It's not. No, it's not. Let's go find our way over to Leap Device. Let's look at that. Leap Device. Somewhere in here, we're connecting to a hand, I think. Ooh, skeletal data 2D, show diagnostics. That looks good. Showing live hand position. This looks good. Yeah, you were right. You hit this first, didn't you, Rory?
Yeah, maybe.
You suggested this class, I think. Look at this one. Support for tossable objects. Coder doesn't think that's a word.
All words are made up.
There we go, we're done. That could have gotten through me through a lot of spelling tests, Rory.
Yeah. Words and
effects.
agreed upon convention between peoples, I guess.
Yeah, trigger hand effects. Hand effects command. This is a Stream Deck command, I see, okay. So we're going in there and we're just calling the name of that hand effects. Hand effects, skeletal data, 2D. So skeletal data has to, is this mine or is this Leap Motions? This is mine.
This is yours.
It's got the two hands. It's got a list of hands in it, sweet. Back plane, front plane, all of that. Okay, where's my hand moved? Hands moved, leap motion, hands moved, leap device. You set from frame, update data. Just call an update data. We do it on a timer elapse as well. Okay. And when we're tracking, launch hand tracking effect. I forget this, towards fingers to camera. So we're going to call update data if we launch a toward fingers or to camera launch of the piece. Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. And then back to hands moved again. All right, so update data. Here's where we want to update the... all right, I'm going to kill the app. Close the app down. We won't be able to do any fire effects, so we start it back up again. Update data. This is where we're going to... we need to update the lights. That's what we need to do. All right.
Yeah.
That's my Leaf device. I'm going to create a new class called my LIFX service, maybe? I thought I killed the app. Oh, it just hasn't figured it out yet. It'll kick in here in a second here and get rid of all these green squirrely underlines right here. Let's see. Inside here, do I still have that thing on the clipboard? Cool. I do. Really? I shut it down. You've not detected it shut down? I could hit close. Okay, there we go. Now it got it. Okay, cool. Fine. Light setting detail. Looks like we need that. Let's go get some of this stuff. Let's copy that. Pop that there. Move type to file. That's in my Leap device, light setting DPDO. I'm going to throw that in another place. Lead motion is here. Light setting DTO is there. I'm going to create something new called LIFX right here. Add new folder. LIFX. Get over here. Light setting DTO. Throw that down there. Okay, cool. Leave device. I've got this thing. Let's go take that over to the other file. Put it there instead, then we'll move type to file here. Okay, cool. Now let's see what we need. Two serialized bytes and errors reported, both methods I had in the other solution. Both of these. Oh, something we haven't seen in a while. I hear them. I think what's that?
That's down to this being so stealthy, probably.
What the? Who was that? Did you see?
Hello, Wicked Blue Ninja. How are you doing?
All I saw was a blue cloud. Oh, how you doing, Wicked Blue Ninja? All right, get that one in there. We are. You want to tell them what we're doing while I get this code to be a little
Wicked
happier?
Blue Ninja, you may remember, in fact, that we had a little while back, we had Mark playing with leap motion in order to conjure fireballs in front, balanced exactly where his hand was. And if you recall, back then was promised the idea that we'd be able to get some lights. And that these lights would be able to light up Mark's face. So, you know, a red fireball will cast a red or orange fiery glow upon his face, depending on where it physically was. We can have that colour drift across. Well, Mark's got those lights. He's plugged them in. We've seen them work. And now the idea is we're going to get them tied perhaps to that exact mechanic. But first, we have to integrate them into our existing system, at least from an initialization perspective.
Yeah, beautifully.
So that's what
said.
we're doing just at the moment.
Beautifully said, Rory. Thank you. All right, so I'm
No
creating
trouble.
a class called LIFX service here. Look, let's get in here. Bring up the spell checker and say add that to the dictionary. I don't like that thing underlined. How are we doing? We're doing a little bit better. We need to initialize this. We need that initialization piece that I just dropped a marker. Let's go find that. Update the lights. Okay. And wait until we... That's the piece I wanted to get to right there. All right, let's get this. Let's have this thing taking a secure string here, and let's call this from somewhere. Probably in my Leap device. I'm thinking when we create a new Leap device. Also, let's add that to dictionary. I've decided, since Roy says it's all every word is made up. Every word is made up. Yeah, basically it's just a history test, isn't it?
Well, it's all about, can you convince someone else to use your phrasing?
Right.
Yeah, it's absolutely typos and everything.
And then
your
right.
aluminum has come from a typo of aluminium.
Yeah, exactly. My apologies for that.
The most classic thing I can think of.
I apologize.
Hey, there's more of you than us, so I mean, you know.
Well, then we win. Yeah, Karen, my wife, tries to do that call to popular appeal all the time. Nobody likes you. And I'm like, still doing it. I'm still doing it. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if I can get my mind focused on this. So Leap device, I'm looking for the constructor for Leap device. I'll put the caret here and just hit the tab key. There it is right there. It'll give me the next reference of that thing, and often it's the constructor. So right around here, I want to say new LIFX service, like that, and I want to create a new secure string that I'm going to pass into it. And I've got this type. Am I calling it here secure string? What did I call this thing? Secure. Come on, there's something out here. I thought for sure.
Yeah, that secure string felt good.
Yeah, it sure did. Do I not have it in this?
Is it just that you've not got the name spell, the usings that are appropriate?
It's in bot core. That might be it. Yeah, it's in It's in bot core. Let's see if I can get it. My secure string. I think I just don't have the users. There it is. Okay, fine. Okay, so I've got that. Secrets. The secret I need is, I think I wrote it down over here in this one. It's that guy right there. And that's what I need. All right, so put that in over here. And if I did everything right in prep beforehand, which, you know, this is me.
Oh, I think we all know you well enough to know by now that you've really done your research and there's zero chance of failure.
Yeah. Wait, what's going on here? Doesn't take a constructor, it takes one argument. Well, we're going to fix that. This is going to be my secure string. Like this. Fine. Like that. Using bot core. And then we're going to say at this point now, what do we need to do? We need to call initialize client, which is essentially going to, I've got the method in the other app. Let me grab that over here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. So that's going to initialize the client right there. I think I probably am going to need a, I think I already newed it up right there. I initialized it there. Good. So we're just going to go and turn and call initialize client. Pass in the bearer token there. I'm going to change the name of this guy right here to that. Okay, so that will set it all up. Now, I don't know really anything about HTTP clients, Rory. Do you know anything about them? Do I need to close these guys down at the end? Do I need to worry about any of that? Or shutting down the app is going to be cool?
I think that the clients themselves, not so much. You got the idea of creating a request, sending it, and then it comes back with a response. And then presumably there's a possibility that some of those might need to be, you know, my usual go-to is I try sticking them in a using block, and you know, I assume that if it works, that they've shut themselves down correctly, I guess.
Yeah.
Perhaps not the best approach, but certainly one that's worked. Of course, they could also tell you they don't support iDisposable, at which point, not a lot you can do.
Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm enclosing them in a application-wide using block. In other words, when the application shuts down, it'll clean it all up.
Sure.
Okay. You don't feel very happy about that.
Well, that's a relatively safe way of doing things. I remember where it was possible to use for your application, not just to leak memory during the course of its execution, but to have that stay leaked after it is shut down.
Oh, you're right.
Back in, I think, pre-Windows 2000.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Don't do things like that. That would mean a restart of Windows would be the solution to the problem.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, what do I want? I want to look at errors reported. I actually throw up a message box here. I don't think I want to do that in this case. I think what I want to do instead is this. So if I'm debugging it, I stop, but otherwise I don't. And so this just checks to see if errors were reported, then we get out. Otherwise, we do this. This is also needed for debugging. So I'm going to comment it out for now, just if I want to debug anything there. This is the duration. So duration, I think I want to also add as a parameter up here. So I'm going to select from here to here, shift enter, and then that'll duplicate it. I'm going to call this duration, like that, and I'm going to set it equal to 0.1, like that. And I should be able to, C# should be able to let me do that, and figures out the difference between these two. Okay? So I can specify how long I want that transition to occur. Change bulb. And maybe...
What's fast then? If duration is the length of time over which the transition will occur,
yeah.
What is either fast or not fast?
I have no idea.
Cool. Fair enough.
Hold on. Let's look it up. I feel like I might have learned it for a second and then was like...
It's probably not important.
You
just
say that.
Dismissed out of hand.
Let's see. LIFX, fast, setting. What else can we give it to figure it out? LIFX, lights. Plotting.
Getting applause. I'm not sure what for.
You plotting, just you don't look it up. What is it? State is the other word in the URL? I don't know. Set state. Okay. What's fast true? When setting fast to true, oh, looks good. What's going on here? Without initial state checks and wait for no results.
Okay, so it's like TCP versus UDP, right? There's a whole bunch of, send my message and then make sure it got there and check all the things, or just send it and don't care anymore.
That's interesting, yeah. Okay, well, we can go ahead and throw that in there as a true then. Let's set it for true for now. See how bad that is.
I think what it is possibly for rapid fire. So, you want to set it to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 in separate messages, perhaps. And you don't need to confirm each one happened, because as long as the most recent one is the most recent one and you get there, you don't care whether it went through all of the intermediate values necessarily.
Yeah, I'm with you. on that, 100%. Okay, I'm going to take this and widen scope, promote to field. So now I've got my LIFX service there, and when we create our new Leap device, it's going to own a LIFX service. All right? Cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Next, update the lights. Well, now what do we do? What data do we have in Skeleton? Whoops, hold on. A little bit of a challenge with my mic there. So what data do we have inside of Skeleton Data 2D that can tell us about how bright and what color the lights should be? I wonder. We haven't looked at this in a while. We've got hands. We've got
hands. I think we had digits as well.
We have, we do. So
somewhere anyway.
I don't think that's going to necessarily be where we want to. Where it's going to give us the results. I think that I'm seeing this bool here and bool here, and I'm like, ooh, it's only a Boolean.
It's to tell you whether that hand currently has the fireball,
right?
In theory, but both of them could be false because you're in the middle of throwing it.
Yeah. So we got to track the color of the object at the very least that's coming in. All right. Somewhere in here we had a launch command. We were just looking at it, as I recall. Let's go see if we can find that. Launch Whoops, hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to hit that and type in launch. Hand tracking effect. I think that was it. Nope, that's not the one. Let's go see what the buttons are on the Stream Deck. Hand effects is the command. Let's go find that. Okay, there it is. It goes to trigger hand effects. Okay, which we've seen. Trigger hand effects is the hand effects coming in.
Yep.
Hand effects DTO. What you got? What you got for me, hand effects DTO? What's going on here? Hand effect DTO. Hold on.
Q shift.
And
an XY.
I've got things, a couple classes in the same place, and I want to just move them out. Hand effect DTO. I want to make sure you're in the right folder. Stream Deck commands. No, I don't think so. I think it goes into. Does it? Well, maybe. Maybe it can stay here. Okay, so at any time, Q shift we have in the hand effect DTO. Okay, cool. So we need to kind of convert from. Let's see where we were. We need to convert from hue shift So this is kind of interesting. Skeleton data 2D is for 2 hands, right?
Yes.
But it's only got one property called hand effect.
Oh.
And then let's see, we go in here, analyze new hand effects. So we're going to go into all of these. If it's a trackable, has trackable effect is true. It's the only thing we're doing on analyze new hand effects. Okay. What's going on with the hand effects here? Where else are we using that? We're only using that there. So if we have a trackable effect, what's going on here? Okay, it's just a temporary flag that's immediately set to false if we get in here into this code, which is called in this method called set from frame, which I'm pretty sure is called every time we get a new skeletal data that's updated. We set this both to false. We check to see which is which, and then we set it. But we don't know the color.
Interestingly, I said before that they could both be false. That's not true. It will default to the right hand being true.
Yes. Yes, that's absolutely true. Okay, so what we kind of need here, it looks like we don't use this hand effect DTO very much at all. What I think I want to do here is I want to say trackable effect hue shift is equal to that dot hue shift. That's kind of what I think I want to do.
Okay.
And is that a double? It's an int. Okay. All right, so we'll go here. Make that an int. And that'll default to 0. Okay, then we need to do something with it. We're going to say, I'm going to do this. Nope, not rename, sorry. Shortcut, there it is, right there. Okay, we're going to say trackable effect hue shift. Oh, wait, sorry. We're going to say left side hue shift is equal to that. Otherwise, down here, we're going to call it the right side hue shift, I think. Oh, or we're going to do this. This is what I think we're going to do.
That's the... Well, it's an interesting one. The first hand, the primary hand, the first detected hand in theory. Is that what that is?
Yeah. I'm looking at it too. It doesn't feel right to me.
Because I remember we had issues where you could have left hand on screen, right hand on screen. They were now both there. And then you could potentially take them both and then bring them on in a different order.
Yeah.
And then their position within that array may change.
I think this works because there's only one hand up. When the button is pressed.
Okay.
Make this work for 2 hands up while the button is pressed. It's my dog thinking that she's more important. That her job is more important than it is. 2 hands.
All pets are convinced of that.
Yeah.
I think my
Button
cats
is pressed.
probably expect that the ownership relationship is kind of the other way around, that I am the pet and they are in charge.
Yeah. So in that case, then we don't need this here or here. We just need this. We kind of don't need those right there. Okay, so now we just need a hue shift for that hand. Let's clear it. All right, so now we got a hue shift here. And then we need to, when we update our data, let's go find that. Update data? It was called update data. Was it not called that? Yeah, I probably got a ton of things called update in this app. All right, let's go. Let's ever call this open leap device. Let's see if I can do a find for update here. That's called update data. Why couldn't I find update data? Oh, because it's not called update data.
Oh, right.
Yes. There's a typo in it.
It's very close.
Okay. I was about to be like Code Rush. It's like Mark. Okay.
It's amazing the level of autocorrect the brain does as it reads things.
Sure. All right, so I got a LIFX service out here. I've got some data. Now this is going to come out. I read somewhere that said, hey, don't update the LIFX bulbs faster than 20 times a second.
Okay.
Okay, so
That feels like a sensible engineering limitation.
yeah, so milliseconds, min time between updates. I need like something like that. I miss Roy being my superhero. Some degree. Okay, so let's see. I want to create a new constant that I think is an int called min time between updates in milliseconds, and that's going to be equal to 1,000 divided by 20 if my math in my brain is correct, and I think that's right. So that'll be we need to have that between each update we do. So we'll create another method here called update lights, like that, and that's where we're going to do the work. And let's put that there. Where am I? Where is Fred? I don't know where Fred is. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to switch away and come back. I'm gonna lose some stuff. Well, I'll do that. We'll fix that.
Is this because you're on a different scene because of having your keyboard in the upper left?
No, I don't think that's it, is the answer to the question. I don't. I think that some other pieces need to be turned on that were not turned on because I was busy working on getting the camera up and working this morning. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to reset those things. And if I reset those things, is this a trick though? Is this a trick? Is Pudding doing this so he gets 2 fanfares? Let's see. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I left. I came back. Is it? Yeah. I need to start. Do I need to restart? I think I only need to restart one app. Give me a second. I didn't want 2 fanfares, but I'll never say no to a free fanfare. No worries. All right, let's see. Let's get the music going back again. Okay. Mercury wanted to be the only star of the show. Yeah, okay, now Fred should work. And the messages should show up right up above Fred. That's what should happen now. So let's try that. Fred, hello. Great to see you also. Sweet Blue Ninja. Yeah, little he knows that we also have Rory and Putty. Yeah, Rory and Putty are both here. Okay, so let's see, where was I? We got to update the lights. That's what we need to do. I think what I want to do is I want to come in and I want to just throw some sample data out here for now. Let's make the left one red, and the brightness, let's make it pretty bright, like that. And we'll send it no duration, like that. So just see if we can get a red light off to the side over here. And in fact, I know I don't even need to make it that bright to be able to see it. So we want something like that. Why is this? Oh, it's not a weighted. Okay. All right. All right. Everybody happy now? Okay. Good. Is that all I need to do? No, I need to...
No, you need to put the delay in, making sure you don't over... See, it's a slightly worrying statement. Don't update the bulbs faster than this. It's not that you can't, it's that there's some badness that might happen when you do.
That's what I've read. Yeah, essentially what I've read. Oh, so we're going to say last... ooh, look at this update time. What is this? What is this? Aha, we're already tracking it.
There we go.
And we're setting it after we call this. So all we need to do is we need to say, hey, look, if DTN, daytime now, minus last update time, is less than TTS for time span from milliseconds, boom, min uptime between updates, and we're out. We're out. And, you know...
That feels pretty good.
We kind of need to track these settings, I think, is what I think we need to do.
Well, here's the problem, because because we're tracking every update, not last time we updated the lights.
Yeah, I'm going to do this just for now. If already, just to get a simple yes or no, are we able to see the bulbs? Are we able to change the color? If already changed color, then I'm going to say get out, like that. So we'll do this, set that there. And then down here, we're going to set it to true. So we're only going to change the color once. Okay, for now, just for testing. You cool with that? You understand what I'm going at here?
I think to some extent it'll have worked that way anyway, because you'll come in, you'll change the lights, then you'll record a last update date time. And there will always be a last update date time, even on the next one, because you won't... Update data will call regardless, and will record the current date time. Yeah, every frame.
What I'm doing is this right here, just this boolean here. This is the test code, which basically says only do this once. At this point, right now, this is code that's going to stay. This is code that's going to go. But I just want to see if it works. All right, so we'll start it up. There we go. Active. Oh, it went red. So you can see it.
Cool.
So there it is right there. You can see it also on the keyboard too. You can see the red light on the keyboard. All right, so cool. We've got it red. That's working. I didn't even have to do anything other than make it active. Okay. All right, next we need to figure out, are we carrying something? I'll keep this, keep it running. No, I won't. I'm not going to keep it running. I'm going to close it down. Can we still say messages over Fred or not? Can we say, Fred, hello? Can. All right, cool. Wish I could code as well as Mark. Don't be down on yourself like that, Fred. I'm sure you can. But yeah, look at the red. The red light's like really there. Okay, so that absolutely worked. In fact, that worked so well, I think I'm going to switch over to the other app that we had before. And I'm just going to run the, change it to white and white, which looks like it is. I'm just going to run it right now. And we'll just get the white color back. Okay, cool. I think we can close down that app. We don't need that one anymore. All right, what we need to do now is we need to track whether we've got something generating light in one of the two hands.
Yes.
We need to know that is what we need to do. And we need to know how far it is away from the face. Those are the two things we need to know. Which hand and how far. And actually, to some degree, what side. Actually, it really doesn't care what hand it's in. It's just what side it's in. So let's go take a look at this. We have, we just added this hue shift, I think, right? Shift to here and to D. That's what we just added. Hue shift. Trackable effect, hue shift. We're going to say also, I think we need one other property in here, which is has light source. And we're going to have to set that to false at the right time. Okay, so we'll declare that has light source. Need to set it to false. Hold on, that was Dropbox. Locking the file for a second. Let me just pause Dropbox. So we're going to need to set this to false at the right time. When we throw it, I think that's true. Maybe I'm doing this the wrong way. Maybe we came in and we kind of jumped to a conclusion on this. If we throw the object, we get this hand thrown object index. And that's where we set it to false. That's when we just catch up. This allows us to throw a fireball up in the air and catch it in the other hand. Well, if I do that, we need to find out.
There is movement. There's X movement at very least.
Right. Thrown object index just changes to that, and that's it. That's all we're doing. It's used when we send it down. It's used down by TypeScript.
Right.
To calculate where the ball is, because we've got a bunch of objects somewhere in here, I think. Do we? Is that true? Where do we have here? Not in the hands, but maybe somewhere else. All right, let's go down. Let's open up the TypeScript. It's going to take a second. It's a big app, big solution. Come on. How you doing, Karen Minchcuddy? You okay? Yeah? How's your day so far this morning? Perfect. Okay.
Good start.
Good start, says Rory.
Yeah.
Rory like totally buys into, the reality of the words. Whereas I'm like, yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, so what we were looking for something I think I have on the clipboard, as I recall. Thrown object index. There it is. What are we doing? Tracking object index. Get thrown object from index, going into passing in skeletal data 2D. What are we doing with that? It's in thrown objects. Dang, not quite as clean as I wanted it to be. So somewhere up here, I've got a thrown objects, I guess. Skeletal data 2D, right? Thrown objects. There. So, does tracking object in the left hand set to false when we throw? It does. Okay. And then when we throw, and it's set to false, there we set hand.throwing object index to the instance index. And so that thrown object index is the index into, I got it faster from going into here, and world.add instance. It's in the world property of the skeletal data 2D. Is that really true? But it's also in thrown objects. And a thrown object that it's got its position. Its position's in a scaled point, so it's a two-dimensional point is what is going on there. It's two-dimension plus a scale to it, so it can draw it on a flat surface, get forward or backwards. But I think I can kind of get there is what I guess I'm saying here. Let's go back and look at this one more time, how we're going to architect this change. Yeah, it wasn't here, but it was outside of here where I thought we had this kind of interesting piece right here. So I think what's going on, I guess the pieces we have to keep track of here. Let's bring up a notepad here so we can kind of take some notes here. So when we throw, this is not -1.
Yes.
All right, so we know that to be true. We also know that hand.throwing is true as well. So we've got those are big clues.
So we know that we're throwing, and we know the index of the object that we are throwing.
Yes, the throw call, which is called just before, calls to add instance on world. But then also somewhere else, don't we add it to our in thrown 2D? Don't we add it to our thrown objects, or is that in skeletal data? That's in skeletal data 2D. Over here. No. Where's the skeleton? Where's that? Thrown objects. Where are these added? In virtual objects. We added at a later time. Is what we do. And I think the reason we do this, I think this is all fine. I'm not concerned about this. But it looks like world instances need something big, and our thrown objects need something small. What's interesting is this virtual 3D object, this has got to have our X, Y, and all kinds of things in it, right? This is in 3D space, which is much more interesting towards finding, distance from the head. And it is inside world.instances, so we can get to the 3D object if it's thrown, right? We can get the 3D position. So I think what we're looking at is a method in skeletal data 2D that says it's a method that says called get position. Get light position. Like that. And it's going to take in a hand. Like that. And it's going to return one of these guys here. Let me just, oops. Hold on. Thought I had a shortcut for that. Oh, I do. It's not what I'm hitting now. Okay. All right. So it's going to return one of these guys right here. Function. Okay. So virtual 3D object. I want to get the right one. So basically it goes like this, I think. I want to say, hey, whoops. Come on. If the hand dot throwing, then we're going to say that's equal to this, and the index on it is going to be the world.instances.thrown object index. Cross your fingers. I think that's right. Okay.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Otherwise, we need to know the hand's essential 3D position.
Yes, you're either tracking the object in the air or the hand that still has the item in it.
You give me the brains, I can be the pretty face. It's okay. All right, so we need the position in here. What do we have here? Palm position 3D. I like that.
Yeah.
But I bet you that is not a wait, no, let's do this. I bet you that's not a virtual 3D object. Let's see what it is. It's something simpler. It's just a vector. What do I got in this? Current position is a vector. So we're going to change this return type to vector. Do the same thing right up there.
That radically simplifies a few things. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, so now we can get,
so we have a position.
Yeah, but we also kind of need to know, if we're throwing, then okay, we know for sure there's a light source there. Otherwise, though, I think we need to do another check that says, hey, if hand dot, what is it called? Is something called attached? Tracking, is that what it is? No, not tracking. What is it? Tracking object in right hand. It's just right, oh, I see it's right here. Okay. So hand dot side equals hand side dot right and tracking object in right hand, then we're there. Okay. We need to do the same kind of thing if it's equal to the left and we're tracking an object in the left hand.
Okay.
Then it's equal to that. Otherwise, we need to throw out some sort of vector null or vector 0. In fact, all of these we can just change to the return statement here. And then down here, we're going to say return, like, do we got a vector dot 0? The vector dot min, there's not. All right, we'll do 0 then. Okay. I guess max would be, yeah, I don't think there's a max, is there? No. Okay. So there's getting the light position right there. Passing in the hand. Back up to, what is it, update lights? You call that now?
Yeah. I'm a little concerned about the code in there, though.
Back where we were?
85, I think that's going to allow it through every... No, where you're going to.
Yeah.
Line 85, I think that's going to let you through every time. It's not going to restrict. It's not going to kick out. Because it's comparing with last update time, which is only being set... Which is being set all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm with you now. That's totally true. DTN. There we go, like that. And VD8. There it is right there.
That's good.
Put it equal to GTN, like that. All right, good catch, Rory. I really like that catch. So now minus the last update time is less than what we think is probably going to be about 50 milliseconds.
So first time through it'll be like nothing or a couple of milliseconds, which will definitely be less than our threshold, and therefore it'll...
Yes. So now what I need to do, so I've got the leap device. I think inside here I've got the skeletal data 2D.
Oh.
And
hang on, the first time through this, it's going to kick out because it's a very short length of time since it thinks it lit up the place. But it won't. Oh no, sorry, no. It will then, of course, travel into the future naturally, and that will get further and further into the past. The distance will grow, and then eventually it'll be let through again. Yes.
Cool. Okay, so with skeletal data 2D, we've got get light position right there, and we can pass in all the hands we see. So we've got some hand data in here, I think, hands right there. So we'll come in and we'll do for each on the hands with the 2D right there. We're going to call get light position on it. 2D. The light position is coming back. Now we need to figure out, where are you? And guess who totally forgot what the coordinates are and where I am and everything like this. I think I might be at 0, 0, 0. I think that's how I set this up, but who knows? So we need to kind of send some data out is what we need to do. Fortunately, I think there's some data that we're already sending out. The coordinates are sending out. There's just an option to send it out. So right now I'm not going to do anything here, make no changes here. So we should see no change in behavior other than this thing goes red again.
Okay.
Let's start it up. And then let's start testing and finding positions of stuff and see what we can infer from that. The other thing, Rory, we could do is we can make it so you guys could change the colors that are hitting me from the top.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that might be fun too. Yeah. The only problem that I've really seen is an issue with just a little bit of a buzz. All right, over to leap. Show live hand position. That doesn't seem very useful. That's the Z plane, I think, only.
All right. It's a shame we don't have just some diagnostic where you point a finger and just, it constantly tells you all three.
Yeah, that's what I...
Stick it on your own forehead and,
that's what I want.
That's where I am.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to... Let's set a breakpoint here. So I can trigger the breakpoint. Oh, because we already changed the color. So let's do this. Let's do this, and let's come in here, and we're going to say title dot. Is it just title? Oh shoot, we're not in the right place to put anything on the title. I thought we would be okay here. Let's do this. Let's do a debug line or a console write line. So just like that. Debug.writeLine. Is that going to get me the data I need? And we're going to say light position dot X. So we're going to say do this and do that in there, and then shift enter, change that to a Y, and shift enter one more time and change that to a Z. Like that. Let's see if we can get those out when we start running again. Nope, didn't like it. Using directive. I'm just not remembering, is it console.writeLine to get it to the output window, or is it debug.writeLine?
I think both will work.
All right, let's run it. Clear the breakpoint, run it. Let's see what we got here. View output. Ooh. Okay. Looks as modified. Enumeration may not execute. What?
Oh. What do we modify?
Oh, we need to lock this, I think, as we're going through it. The skeletal data hands, that data is getting updated in there is what I think is happening. Let's see if we got a lock in here already. What are we locking on? There's one. Any others? This is hands though. Yeah, let's go see when we're modifying hands. Here. All right, let's do a lock on in here. Call this the hands lock. Like that. Heading continue is a little tricky to do. Sorry, there we go. I'm just thinking I was in another language for a second there. Hands lock, I'm gonna have to do something like this. If this is equal to null, then I want to create a new instance of this thing. I have to do this line for edit and continue because I can't put it up there.
Yeah.
That's what I have to do. Okay, good. Then let's go find the other place where we were, our current error. Lock it on here. Here, I guess ooh, geez. Hands lock is not here. We're in a different place, aren't we?
That's unfortunate.
Update data. Timer elapsed. Leap device. No, wait, it's in skeletal data. We can do it still. We can do it in skeletal data. So we're just going to need to say, we're going to need to make it public though. The hands lock? Oh, I know. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't look good at all, Mark. Doesn't look good on you at all. I'm doing it for now because I edit and continue. You just deal with it right now. You hear me, people? Okay, so we're going to now say, we're not going to do this. We're going to do lock on skeletal data dot hands lock like that. And we got it. Edit and continue doesn't wants us to get somewhere else. Let's move away from this. Come down over here. Now come back. Can I do that? I think I can, and I think I maybe need one more line of code for edit and continue, which is basically if this is null, then we're going to do a new instance of this thing, like that. So get a new object.
Yeah.
All right, that's for edit and continue, and then run. The task was canceled. All right, I think I'm restarting. It was just too much. It was too much for it. All right, we're gonna.
We now have two sets of code we can delete because of no more edit and continue, right?
Yeah. Get rid of that. And get rid of this. And that should now solve this problem here.
Yeah.
All right, I want to get that data out there. The goal again is to get that debug right line to send the X, Y, and Z positions of the hands as we're moving them around.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to start up. How's everybody doing? How you doing, chat?
I think we're doing fairly well.
Let's just chat's doing well. Okay, so leap active. Give me this. And I got some data, but they're all a bunch of zeros. That's because I've got no object in it. No light source yet. Let me throw this up so you can see all the zeros. There are the zeros right there.
That's a few zeros, all right, yep.
So, what's this? Debugger break. Errors reported. What's my result here? Too many requests. Try again later. Guess what? LIFX says no thank you. Well, I am setting the same thing again and again. Yeah, I'm with you, LIFX, on it. I could be better. I could be better at what I do. All right, so let's fix that. Okay. Let's make it 50 times. Wait, is that right? 20 times a second? I'm sorry, I want to do 10 times a second. No more than 10 times a second. We'll do that. We'll cut that in half. What I want to do ultimately is figure out what was the last setting and store it, so if it's the same one as the last one, we don't send it again anyway.
We don't try, yeah.
Let's do this. Let's just move this down to here. Like that. Let's change this. I guess that's fine right there. Then we'll keep sending that data out. I think this is going to be better. So about every 100 milliseconds, we will send out some data. So 10 times a second. Okay. Here's my output. We're still waiting for the app to show up. Okay, so now bring my hand up. Got a bunch of zeros. Let's hit a fireball button. Got some data.
Ooh, there's some numbers.
Right, so let's look at some data. If I move right, my X is 146. If I move left, it goes to negative.
That looks significantly like you are 0.
Yeah, with the X.
With the X, yeah.
Let's move this back. What's happening? I'm not seeing anything though. I'm not seeing figuring out which of the X or Y is.
Okay, so 0 appears to be towards the leap motion. That is in the Z.
There it is, right there. Yeah.
And then you've got height, which is, I'm guessing, if you move up and down, you'll modify the middle value there.
Yes.
Which likely means the leap motion itself is 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, here's I think the thing that's really important. I know this looks weird, but with this thing on my head, these are the positions right here that I think are kind of what we need to consider is 0, 0, 0. That's kind of like 0.
So there's your offset from the true origin, if you like.
That's kind of what my sense is there. Then we just need to figure out, are we left or are we right of that point and by how far?
See, I love the way that we determine your position in real space is we get you to essentially hit yourself with your own hand. And that this is actually the most efficient way of doing it as well. There's really no better way.
Welcome to the show, kids.
Yeah.
That's how we do things here. All right, I've got that on the clipboard now. I should be able to set a breakpoint here. And now what I need to do is I need to kind of delta these things to some degree. I guess I need to create a new vector here, a leap dot vector. We're going to say this marks position, mark position is equal to a new leap vector, and those are the coordinates. Are these floats? Is that my problem? Okay. I think I can just stick an F on the end of these, right? F, F, and F.
I haven't looked into this for a while. What does C# think that is if you don't put an F on the
Double.
end?
It's a double.
Okay.
And doubles can't go to floats, and so it kind of was like, what are you doing, Mark? I'm like, I'm trying my best. That's what I'm doing, Visual Studio. Okay, so left or right, we need to solve that. So we're going to come down here and we're going to say, hey, there's the light position. So if, at this point, we want to say, hey, if light position, nope, if light position is equal to leap.vector.0, or if it's not equal to it, rather, that's when we want to do something.
Yeah.
And so what I think we want to do first is figure out left or right. So we'll say if light position, nope. If light, come on, light position dot x is less than marked position dot x, it was on the left. Then we're going to do, we're going to throw out left, like this. Otherwise, we're going to throw out right. All right, we're just going to do this.
Yeah. So you're going to wave your hand in the air, and we're going to have the system tell us whether it's on the left or on the right.
That's what we're looking for. So we're doing this. We need to get here, launch a fireball. Here we go. Come on. We're at a breakpoint. What's our breakpoint? Oh, an exception. Because I didn't do this. I declared it, but didn't have the code run by it. Okay, now what? Wait, maybe I'm wrong. What's my problem? Object reference. Which is not defined. Mark position is defined. Light position is not defined.
Huh.
I thought we set back not a null. One of these must be null.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's change this to return a null. We'll do that. And then we're going to change this if it's not equal to null. I like that better.
Yeah.
Come back up here. Run. Okay, now I'm going to grab the output window, drag it up here so we can see it. And throw a fireball in. And no, nothing.
That's doing nothing.
Well, no, wait, it is. Look at the scroll bar on the right. See right up here? It's just that we're not scrolled down.
Oh, we're not down far enough. Okay.
Okay, did we ever hit left? Let's see. We're on the right for right now. Let's see what we got. And it's not even...
Well, we've hit an exception since then.
You're right. What do we got here?
Out of range. Thrown object index can be -1 if you're not throwing any. Ah! Except it thinks we are throwing. Hang on.
I think it's a locking problem here. Is what I think is the problem. What's interesting is I'm hovering over this, I'm not seeing a value for it. This could be though because of my version of CodeRush. I have a interim build of CodeRush and they're working on some stuff. Let's do this. Let's just verify everything's cool. And this is... So let's not verify things are cool. Let's get out of here a second. The problem is I think we need to lock on the same thing we were locking on before here. Lock on, and what did I have? Something called lock in here already? Hands lock?
Hands lock.
Yeah. I think this might be part of the problem. I think it's an asynchronous issue. So I'm logging on it there. Am I locking it back on the other place too? I'm not. So I need to do the same thing here. Oops. Hands lock. Like that. And that might fix it. Let's run it. Okay. Are we still able to track with all that? Okay, looks good. Let's go switch back here. Hold on, let's get...
Oh, you've just hit an exception now. Same thing. It's the second your hand goes off screen, with a fireball in its hand.
All right, let's go see what's going on. Maybe there's another place. I think I need 2 locks. I think I need a lock on. Yeah. Boom. So this is interesting. Remove instances, locks on it. Yeah, I need 2 of these. Let's come up here. Like that. I think we need that. Let's get out of here for now. Whoops. And run and see if we hit it again. Just trying to see some data here. Clear all. And what are we doing? We're tracking. Fireball. Switching back. Right. Left.
Yay!
Right. Left. Right. Left. Sweet. So that's really the main thing. Next thing we need to know is how close or how far we are away. And I kind of want it to go from like 1 or 0. Well, I need brightness to go from 0 to 1, like this.
So that's just the percentage between 0 and wherever your own personal Z value is.
Right, exactly. And whatever this value out here, which is I think about 400, is what as I recall, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're at 400 and the leap motion's at about 0.
Oh, right.
Or 29, I think.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, let's drag this over here. Okay. Let's go find update lights. So this is now working. That's excellent. So now we know what we need to do. Then we need to figure out the distance, which is Pythagorean's theorem, and it's of the squares of the delta z's. I mean, of the deltas of each of the x, y's, and z's. Shoot, we're still here.
Yeah. That's an annoying one, that, isn't it?
Well, I can be like this. Let's just do this. Let's just flat out add some safety checking here, because ultimately I want to return, if this doesn't work, I want to return null is what I want to do. So okay. I think what I want to do is I want to say, hey, look, if can you not tell I'm typing? If the thrown index is, well, let's make sure we've got a valid index here. I think we do in almost all cases, but we're going to say this is greater than or equal to 0. Might as well say if we're throwing, boom. Yeah, if we're throwing, let me just tab to Nick's reference on this here. We've got a hands lock here. Do we have a hands lock here? We have a world instances lock here. Okay, and that's it. We cycle all the way around. What about with this changes to this one? Hands lock. World instances lock. I'm worried that I'm using 2 different locks here for this, and it's not changed anywhere else. So it does not make sense that this problem is occurring. I do not understand that. But I guess what I'm going to, so my question now is, if we're throwing, if we're throwing flat out, this is how I'm going to execute the code. If this is less than 0, or that is greater than or equal to world.instances.count, Wait, I didn't check this
I
one.
got a slightly different problem with this. I'm going to argue that at this stage we are not throwing. So why does the system think we are? To let us get into this line of code in order to have this problem.
Let me finish this and we'll address that. Let me just finish
Okay.
this, looking through this. Now, Coding Gorilla was saying before, suggesting before that we didn't lock on the actual variable we're manipulating. So I'm just noticing this one here is missing that. This code right here, this piece right here, we're locking on instances.
Yeah.
So there's that maybe we should consider changing. Locking there, locking there, locking there. I just wanted to go through every single one and see if there's any time we're making a change to removing the instances there. It looks like we're not. So if the reference changes, you're no longer locked. Okay, I don't need to worry about that reference changing. Thanks, Coding Gorilla. I appreciate the explanation on that. By the way, Rory, last night I watched King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah. Any good?
Yes, it was. I'll tell you flat out, best special effects. They took, you know, whatever you thought the standard was for special effects. They
Sure.
they took it up.
This is
to
the really new one, right?
Yeah, the really new one. They took it up to the next level, to the point where the directors got super creative shots. Maybe not so much that they stand out and they call attention to themselves, but
Sure.
but in most movies with a lot of CG, you've got a lot of standard camera positions, and in this,
Yeah.
a lot of really creative camera positions. The lighting is spectacular in these shots, right? So you're looking at shots that are entirely computer generated with great framing, great lighting. Performances are certainly working. They work, you know, and the story's not bad too, right? And so, but if you're a fan of, like, you know, Godzilla movies or monster movies, you know, those kinds of big battle ones, they have the best fight scenes in a city that I've ever seen. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm screaming gorgeous multiple times. The family is like, come on. All right, so let's go back over here. We're trying to do this. I want to say if this is greater than my instances dot count, then I want to just say, hey, return null, like that. Otherwise, we're going to go in. So we're going to just add that bit of code right there. And we still running? Looks like we're still running somewhere. All right, fine. I'm just going to hit run. Unhandled reception. Looks like I was in the wrong spot. Are we going to die? I think we're dying. Yeah, we died. Okay, start again. Kind of weird. Not sure where that's coming from.
Don't read the chat.
Oh no, Coding Gorilla.
Too late.
Okay, granted, there are physics problems all over the place. I was calling out physics problems. I didn't notice scaling issues, but like, wait, are we talking about the original King Kong, or are you talking about the most recent one? Because I didn't notice any scaling issues there. This is like the difference between Coding Gorilla and me. Here's me. I'm happy. Everything's great. He's Coding Gorilla. Well, Mark, you should really fix the code. Here, 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 and here. I'm like, okay. Yeah, the new one. Saw it on HBO Max. That's what I saw too. Well, gosh darn it. All right. You have two different reviews, kids.
I'm sure we can all just agree the Snyder Cut's better than the original.
We saw the Snyder Cut too. We have like what we call family movie night. And
yeah.
I picked the Snyder Cut, which is like 4 hours long, and the whole family was like, "We hate you, Dad." And my wife doesn't fight like that.
Nobody else gets to look 4 hours.
They were like, "You can't get, you don't get your, you have to skip your next 4 choices."
So many disasters.
Well,
So many actions. So many superheroes.
yeah, I know.
And have we watched all of the Oscar nominees?
No, because they're dumb. They don't have any explosions or special effects. Okay, all right.
If you dragged the entire family through the entire MCU, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got. There's the fire.
There's a fireball. Excellent.
Right and left and all of this, and I'm putting my hands down to get that bug we had before. Looks like we don't. All right. Cool.
Excellent. Well,
All
that's
right.
success then.
Yeah, that's success. So we're getting there. Now we got
No fail equals success.
next. We got to get the distance. Is what we've got to do. Let's figure that out. Put the hand up there, and we need some distance here. So it's the square root. I guess we'll get the deltas first. We'll kind of break it down. So we're going to say, and I'm almost thinking maybe I should create the formula here to show what it is. Distance is equal to, what is it? S cubed, the square root of, and then we need a fraction here. And it's a fraction. Wait, no, sorry, it's not a fraction. It's just the values for each one. I guess we just type in delta x, and then that squared plus delta y squared plus delta z squared. I think that's it.
Okay.
Let's see what that gives us there. Let's drop the size of that down. That's it. That's the formula. Okay, so we're going to create a double here called distance and set that equal to math dot square root, and then we're going to get our delta x. We need to create those as well. Delta x, I think I'm working with floats and switching to doubles, but I'm not too worried about that. So the delta x is going to be my light position dot x minus my mark position dot x. And then let's duplicate this, switch that to a y, and duplicate that and get our z. Okay.
Comment says, didn't know VS could render images in the text box. Well, by itself, it can't.
This is Code Rush.
This is Code Rush. We can do formula, we can do images, we can do many clever things that VS doesn't do by itself.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can grab an image out here on this here. Let me just copy that.
And in
image.
fairness, this is part of why we do this, is to demonstrate and to dog food Code Rush on a semi-daily basis, to just use it in a real-world situation and prove that it can do all the things that we think it can do. Very useful, though. We use this all the time. We use it to demonstrate. We steal pieces from Wikipedia when there's formulas that we need, or demonstratable bugs that you can capture images of. Insert them directly into your code, so you can have the exact nature of the thing you're trying to fix, or a great visual clue to what this particular algorithm is attempting to achieve. We've got something very math heavy, but it can be demonstrated with a diagram. Fantastic just to be able to put that diagram in the code. We actually use this for speccing things out as well. We've been known to take pictures of things that we want to achieve and send them alongside, the code to the devs, going, "Hang on, why doesn't this quite work the way we expect?"
Yeah.
And it can be very useful in those cases.
Speaking of which, I'm trying to paste this in, and it's not pasting in. I'm wondering if it's a format issue. It doesn't look like it's a format issue. Why can't I paste here?
Well, you did mention
edit
you were...
and continue. Is that what's going on?
Oh,
with
maybe.
issues? Let me go open up a new instance of Visual Studio. Oh, wait, I've got one that's not running right now. Over here. Let's see. That worked there. Yeah, I didn't continue. I think we saw the problem. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Roy?
I forget, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So anyway, that was we have a paste problem where we can't paste during edit and continue images in. But yeah, you can throw in images normally. Just paste them in inside a comment, and it'll all work out. All right, so we want to do delta x plus delta y plus delta z. This also should be fast, right? If I just do that, select it, I should be able to just get to that. Use Shift Enter there. That's also Code Rush. Give me all of those. But oops, I didn't do delta x. It should be delta x times delta x, like that. Is what it should be. One more time. 1, 2, like that. You get those.
Nice.
So now I've got that. So now I've got my distance now what I want to do in here is in my distance, I want to come down here and say which side it is on and what's the distance. And maybe put it here. Like that. And maybe round it. At the very least like that. So we'll round it. Why not? Because we're dealing with lights here. Clear the breakpoint, run it. And we got one entry right here. 470 is what we got. Let's see if we can get back in here and get the fireball up. Track it again.
That's an exception.
What's the problem here?
Something was null again.
I don't have a check for light position. Ah, I see why. This is all got to be down here. Like this. Right there. Okay, run. You sure? Run. Like this. What is it? And? Wait, which one is... Alright, let's go... We'll go up here. Run. No breakpoint. Okay, that was weird. A weird little moment. Okay, now back over here. Let's get the hand tracking up. And let's get our... Those are big numbers.
Those are big numbers.
Let's get a fireball. Fireball. Why am I seeing a fireball nowhere on screen? Why no fireball? I'm turning off the active. Is that a breakpoint? No? What's going on? I just froze. The app is frozen. Where are you? Smooth control, remove event listener, leave motion. So a little bit of a problem here, it seems, maybe?
Ooh.
I just hit F10. Yeah, remove listener. Not happy with it. All right. I'm willing to chalk this up possibly to...
I'm going to blame Seth Juarez for appearing in the chat like that.
Seth!
Hey Seth, how you doing, man?
Yeah, the thing I don't like, Seth's pointing this out, but you know, the thing I don't like, I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I was born with different size hands.
I see.
So this is like they're both like a hand on the left and like a hand is on the right or whatever. The hand on the left, hand on the right, right? And that's, you can see it's problematic, right?
Yeah.
Problematic. So, all right, one more time. Let's go to leap. Show the position. New fireball. Fireball is
There we
up.
go.
Okay, now better distance. So as I
And
come
better numbers.
coming close, it's about 90, and I go far away, it's about 300. Right? Same thing over here, right? About 300 over there. There's my overall distance. We can see which side of the face it's on. I don't like how it's not quite lined up, but I think I can just move my leap a little bit. There you go. Right there. Get it a little lined up a little bit more. Like that. So this is kind of cool, right? I've got it behind me. I've got it in front of me like this. See the distance. Now we're going to change the lights based on this number. So we got to go basically from like 100 to about 230.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the darkest, dimmest is about 230, 250 maybe, and that's kind of what we're looking at in there. Okay, so let's do that.
So what you're saying is that just as you're getting to the really exciting and just generally cool bit, it is when I have to go.
Get out of here, Rory.
He's awesome!
He's awesome. Awesome contribution.
Awesome! Contribution!
Thanks, Rory.
Alright guys, have a great time. I will catch up with you tomorrow, yes?
All right. We'll see you tomorrow, Roy. Thanks so much.
All right then. Bye bye.
All right. Bye. All right, Seth, you can give me a call and get in live if you want to. You probably got way busier things to do. How you doing, Seth? It's good to see you. Or good to see you out in the chat room. All right. So far it says great. I'm doing great. Yeah, I got my first vaccine shot. So I'm doing not bad. I'm doing half grade. I'm going to be doing mega grade in May. I think early May is my next, my second shot. I have to fly to the States to get it. So I fly in, get my vaccine, get out. Okay, let's see. I think we're over in Leap Device. Here's where we are right here. We've got the distance. We know that our range goes from roughly about 250 to about 100. And that's kind of where we are. And so let's create a new, fine, I'll do an integer. I had a debate with myself right there. This is going to be our normalized, maybe we'll call it our brightness. That's what we'll call this. It's our brightness. So what we need to do is we're going to say, distance is, we should get it to a breakpoint here because we can avoid all of these lines here. So we can get to a breakpoint. Come back. I made it inactive. There we go. Got a breakpoint. Okay. So if distance create some clamping around here. Min distance, max distance. It's going to be 250, we'll say. And so we'll just kind of clamp it inside there. I don't think there's a math.clamp, is there? There's not, and I don't think I have a version of it either. So we'll just kind of manually write it here. So we'll say distance is equal to math.min of which one is smaller, the min distance or distance. And then we'll also say it's equal to math.max of whichever one is greater there. Okay? Then we'll say, and then we're going to say the brightness is equal to distance minus min distance, that divided by max distance minus min distance, I believe. And I guess we'll do a math.round on that. And I think that's going to give us a number. What are we doing here when we set the bulb color? I forget what that is. Let's go find that. The LIFX service. The brightness is a double, and it's between 0 and 1. Change it back to a double. And we're not going to round it. I think we're going to get basically a number. We were going to get 1 or 0 with that old code there anyway. All right, let's just step through it, see what we get. What's my brightness? Brightness is at 1. Distance was 250. All right, I'm going to just pass this out now. For anybody wondering, I've got a version of CodeRush that is see what we've got in terms of what we're sending out. Here's what we're sending out. That's the last one we got. Let's see. Fireball. We saw this before when we did a break. I think we may have. Let's try again. Make it active. Data. data. All ones. We saw problem 2 earlier where the leap was like throwing back really large numbers. Let me just restart it. And it seemed to be related to stopping the program in the middle of the leap reporting data. And I'm wondering if we're seeing that. So I'm just going to restart it to rule that out. Got a red light to my left over there. You can see it on the keys as well. Okay. Now we're going to see if there's any better results. Moving that out of the way, bringing this back in right over here. Clear that. Here we go. Fireball. No. No. Always a 1. What'd I do wrong, kids? The problem here. What's smaller? Min distance? Oh. It's math.max, right? What is the bigger number? I've got these two reversed, I think is what I have. I think that's my problem. That is not the first time I have done that with these guys. There we go. Yeah, the smallest number is always going to be there. Yeah, I want math.max. I want math.min here. Okay, let's try that. Have any better luck. There we go. I got a good number down over here. Let's try it again. Fireball. And we're adding data, but it's not scrolled to the end. Okay, here we go. One more time. There we go. So 0, 1. So close, far. So we're going to change the brightness based on that. It's like our brightness multiplier. Left side. What if I throw it? We switch it. We don't get any tracking data while we're throwing it. So we'll have to work on that if we want that to work. Because it would be nice to have it throw over the top and change the light as it goes over. Okay, so that's good news. That looks like what we want right there. Let's take this formula, put it closer to where it's used. Right there. Pythagorean's theorem in 3D. It's EM, isn't it? Okay. And set a breakpoint here. Do I want shut it down and think about this? I don't think I did. I'm going to shut it down, the up down in a second. Let's think about this, what we need to do next. So this is our brightness multiplier right here. And I want to use that because I have 2 different brightnesses.
Where are you? We need your help. Oh, all right.
So this is 7.
I have.
This is the chat room, Vinny 27. Vinny 27 taking over the show for a moment. Welcome. Okay, next we need to change the light. So this is going to tell us we know whether it's on the left or the right is here. So then we need to figure out what the settings are. We need kind of this idea of our last bulb settings. I think I want to create a class for this. And I want to put it not here. I want to put it over in this space over here. So it's going to have a color. It's going to have a duration. Let me make this into a property right here. It's going to have a duration. It's going to have a brightness. I need to track this because I don't want to keep setting the same setting out to the bulb every time. I also want to round the brightness down to like the nearest 10. So I'm not updating for small little changes, just major changes. Okay, there's my LIFX setting. Back over here. To the left, we're going to say change left bulb settings, and we want to pass in the brightness multiplier and the hue shift. Hue shift is stored in the hand. Should be. And up here, we want to call change right bulb settings. All right, so let's go for those. Okay. From both of these, we want to call change bulb settings. Here we're going to pass in the left bulb, and we're going to pass in the hue shift and the brightness multiplier times what I want the left bulb brightness to be, which is going to be left bulb max brightness. The left bulb's max brightness is probably going to be about 0.8. I think you can tweak these. Okay, this is going to be the bulb label. And down here, this is going to be very similar, but we're going to throw the word right here. Yeah, that's what we want, just that right there. Then we just need to declare what the right bulb max brightness is. And I think it's going to be about 0.6. That's what I think. All right. So both of these then come in here. We've got a bulb label. We've got inside of here, Leap device, we should have the LIFX service. Change bulb settings. We need the bulb label. The color's got to be a string. The brightness is going to be value. We'll need to change that. All right, now we need to get the strength, the color strength. I have a few satellite in here. Control. I have something in imaging called HuSat Light. This is a class I created a long time ago. New HuSat Light. And what do we need? Hue saturation. So we're going to pass in our hue shift. What's our hue shift? Goes from 0 to 1. I do not believe that's the case coming in here. I think this is going to be data in another format, like 0 to 360. That's what I suspect. So I think our real answer is going to be like divided by 360, like that. The saturation, we're going to pass in a 1 for fully saturated, and the lightness, is it 1 or 0.5? I'm going to try that. Then, after I've got it in HSL, I should be able to call, is there an X column here? That's HTML. I bet that's what we're looking for here. I bet it'll take an HTML color string. I haven't verified yet, but I think it will. What's my problem? It needs an await call in it. I think there's a shot that's going to work. It's still not checking to see, it's not saving those changes and then checking to see if we already made those changes. And what about what if I made the LIFX service hold a dictionary of the last changes? So it just checks the last change and the date, time of it, and if it's if the last change is the same as what's coming in, it doesn't make the change. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Although it does have me kind of duplicating this a little bit. Like that. Duplicate that just a little bit. And I could index these by the color. No, by the bulb label. I'm going to index them by the bulb label. So let's do that. So let's have a let's create a static a dictionary of string indexed LIFX settings like that. The last settings like that. Maybe one more piece where we say like date or time. Nope, not what I wanted to do, not add parameter. Auto implement property. Okay, so we'll throw the time at it as well. Throw this up at the beginning. If last settings dot contains key bulb label. If it does not contain key, kind of weird what I was just doing there. Let's fix that. Then we're going to say add bulb label LIFX setting. We'll keep going. Otherwise, we're going to check to say, hey, if last settings of bulb label, if it is equal to our LIFX setting, then we're going to get out. We're going to need to overload the equals, the double equals over operator comparison inside of our LIFX bulb, our LIFX setting. I mean, let's see how hard that is. That may not be too hard to do. Oops. Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. Yeah, or maybe not. Maybe take the whole thing out. Okay. Where are you? I'm in Costa Rica, in my office. That's where I am. Oh, you're asking Genesis who's 7. Sorry, I didn't see that. All right, equals. Here's what we need right here. So basically going to say, hey, look, if so we're going to say return LIFX setting dot brightness equals brightness, like that, and LIFX setting dot color is equal to color, and LIFX setting dot duration is equal to duration. So if that's the case, then we're totally equal. Like that. I think I can just come in here. Oops. There we go. No, I can't. It's not going to let me do that either. Okay, worked my way through it. Yeah, I think I don't need that at the top. All right, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use just the default git hash code. That should still work, I think. We lost him. All right, so we've got our operator overload in here. We'll set a breakpoint there just so we can make sure we're verifying we're getting inside there. The other piece I want to do is when we create it, when we create that brightness, where is it? Here. I want to say this, I want to round this to the nearest 10. So 1 decimal, I think, is the right answer to that question. The number of fractional digits in the return value. Okay. So I think that'll get me that piece that I want. The other thing I need to do though is stop using brightness anymore. And instead use our LIFX setting to set the brightness here. Is that fair? I think it is. Okay. All right, so now reviewing the code. We've got creating our new LIFX setting there. What? No, that's not what I meant to hit. No. I wanted to do this. I just wanted to throw the date time. I want to make that not explicitly set there. Just whenever we create a new one, we know that it's creation time is now set there. And now that it's our creation time, let's go do this. Rename is what I want. Call it creation time. Good. Okay. So now we're in here. Here's the check. If the last setting of bulb label is equal to the lift setting, then okay. Otherwise, we get out. But there's one other piece I want to check. And I want to say, hey, if we last set this over a second ago, then I don't want to return it. And this dot age in seconds is less than, maybe make it longer than that, 5. If the age of seconds is less than 5. So let's go declare this. And my age in seconds is going to be equal to date time now minus creation time. We want all of that dot total seconds. And we need to map out around that, I suppose. Age of seconds, well, let's just change it to a double. There we go, better. Okay, so if it's less than 5 seconds old, we're not going to re-update it. But if it's more than that, fine, I'll send it out. So at least every 5 seconds we'll send something out. In fact, maybe even make that bigger. Make it 12. Okay. Otherwise, we reset it to here, and we're indexing by that bulb label. And next time we come in, if we have that, we're going to come down here and check to see, hey, is it the same setting? If it is, then we're out. Okay, so now change bulb setting is automatically going to throttle for us so we don't exceed. Although this is happening on the outside here, and I'm wondering if that makes sense to put on the inside. It really, really does. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Let's run it, see what we get. So we made a couple changes. We've got it so that we're trying to see, it looks like the bulbs just changed, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if I have something in LIFX service that is setting the bulbs when we start. No. Not sure why I'm spotting that. I could be wrong. It could have been the light from a window showing up on the monitor to my right. Let's pause that. Okay, Fred is there. Let's hide the scroll. Come over here to leap. Make it active. Bring my hand up. Give me a fireball. Okay. So brightness multiplier is 1. My distance was greater than 250. So the right, we've got the hue shift of 290 going in. So now my hue shift 290 divided by that. Let's see what we get. HSL, it's HTML. Need to do a quick watch on this. No, really? All right, let's drill into it and look at that color. It was all white. Okay, I think the reason is because my brightness needs to be here. The lightness here needs to be 0.5. That's what I think my problem is. So let's get to here. Let's come back up here. Set it again one more time. And go in here. Shoot, I meant. Ooh, we got purple. That actually is a good sign. Right, I'm just going to run it for a little bit and see what we've got here. So let's see if we can get the run. What do we got? All right, fireball. It's blue. And I got a red light on the side. Got a breakpoint here. Got an error. Too many requests. Try again later. LIFX service is not liking that I'm sending so many out to it. All right, let's stop it a second. See if we can figure out what's going on. I want a breakpoint here. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Here's part of the problem. We're in a for loop, which means we can have two of these back to back really fast. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best solution to this. Oh, I also have this call here. It's not a call I need anymore. And I don't need this code. I don't need this code anymore. That could be why it was turning red. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. I think I need to send some data out. I'm worried about this double hit here inside of this. If I've got two hands that are showing up, and I'm not exactly sure the right way to solve this yet. I'm not sure whether I should attempt this by going with async and coupling that with changing this property to false. That's a way to do it. Another way to do it is to kind of queue up my changes and then process my changes over time with a timer. Secondary way to solve it. And are there any other options? I'm not sure about what other options I want to do on this. I also want to figure out why I'm not getting the color right. I'm going to restart it and just double check everything. I'm not sure if I go after color first or the problem with the error message where too many are being sent out at once. I need to block some of the white light that's hitting my face from the left here so that this color bulb has totally impact on it. Fireball. No hands. Okay, does that ever change? No, it does. And I'm using a interim build of CodeRush, which is why these are all showing up empty. We're working on a new feature for Debug Visualizer. And so it's, if you're wondering, well, what's going on with that, it's just because I got this new version here. Tighten smoke flare is a big fat 0. Distance was 100. I run it. Light on my left went out. Let's clear the breakpoint for a second. What I'm not seeing. 8 seconds is 8 seconds. Okay, so those look like good data, good values. Why am I not seeing? There it is. So I've got fireball. Errors reported. 2 meter request. Try again later. I'm going to comment this out for a second, and I'm just going to see what we can do with this one. Oh, now we go. The red light is on the left. The one on the right is not off, though. Now it's on the right. Getting close to my face, it gets brighter. Further away. Changing? It could be that we're getting those errors though, right? Of just changing. So there's a little bit going on here. Do I have the blue fireball? Which one's the blue? Where's the blue fireball? Do we get a change in color? I got a couple different fireballs. It's not changing from red. It thinks it's in the other hand. It's stuck. There's a big change over there where it got really bright for a second. Alright, let's figure out the color issue here for a second. Got really bright over on the left, which is why the green screen in the back is not working so well. Let's go find the color setting on this. It's as HTML. Put a breakpoint here. Get to it. Okay. Let's see what the color is. Bring up the output window. What's the output window showing for color? That's definitely red. Let's see what else we get as we run it. Let's see what we get here. Definitely red. Let's go figure that out. Why is the color coming back as red? I'm seeing the hue shift. Hue shift says between 0 and 1 right here. Set a breakpoint, we'll drill into it, see what we get here. Okay, here's my U shift, it is 0. That doesn't look like it should be 0 at all. Why is that? U shift here was 0. There's 220 coming in. That's what I'm expecting it to do. This effect. 220. We reset over to there. You see the light is flashing on and off. Just switch to blue on the right. This line of code didn't get stopped at though. So you can see that the value is being assigned, but this line of code, we didn't get a breakpoint here, which is really kind of interesting. Because we don't have an explanation for why that's blue over there. Just switch to red as I came in. Now we're switching over to blue. There it switches to blue for a second, then goes back to red. Okay, if you look at the debug, you can see in the debug what's happening. When it's 220, we come over here, with this is the color we go with, right there. Then when it's red, we switch right back. So there's some sort of error, I think, going on here. Both lights just turned off. This is like a little bit like, wait, what's going on? I got some what appear to be gremlins in here. Take a look at this. See, look at this closer. Also considering taking a break for lunch. I might be doing that too soon because I'm a little bit like, wait, what? I'm taking some time away to think about it. I think this is related to the problem. We're not really persisting. Yeah, we're not really persisting the tracked objects. Why is that light going on and off? What are you doing? We're not really persisting the tracked objects color. We're instead just passing this off once here in this space. That's why it worked once, and then it failed again because at some point we set this back to 0 or not. We'll affect key shift. We don't actually set it back to 0. We set it here. Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do we're simply not preserving this in the hands array. We're clearing the hands list here, and then adding a new entry to it right there. And I think that then we're trying to now send that Q shift, the Q shift's resetting back to 0 is what's happening. So the question then is, like, I think we need, instead of this, we need to kind of go back to what I was looking at before. Let me close all this down. I think we're looking at like that is what I think we're looking at. We're going to get rid of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to say Q shift is equal to get Q shift from hand. Like that. Pass in hand 2D. Like that. This is going to be an int. We'll check the side. If the side of his hand is equal to hand side dot right, left, if it's left, then we're going to say return skeletal data 2D dot left something, which we need to go make public. Double effect, Q shift, left and right. I'm going to make these properties. It's not trackable. Add it. Okay, all right. Jumping back to where we were. This might work. Is that enough? Did I do enough to make all this work? Yeah. Not sure about this necessarily right here, but I think it's cool. This Q shift I think we don't need anymore. Let's run it. Let's run it closer. So far it says, Miller, you are on fire. Yeah, I got one light off, one light bright red. Up and running. Hide the scroll. Turn on leap. Make it active. Give me a fireball. I said, give me a fireball. I had this problem last time. It wasn't giving me fireballs. Let's see if we can figure out why. Show live hand position. Let's see if that option helps us at all. Okay, now we got the hand position. Why aren't the fireballs working? They work now. Okay, they work now. Okay, I got a purple light from the side. Bring it close to my face. It's brighter. It's actually going up and down. It's kind of flickering up and down. That's not good at all. It's not good at all. I don't know, maybe it's good. And it just went out. Let's try another fireball. Blue one this time. Blue just lights off on the left. Blue is off. I'm getting a good color though. The color's totally perfect that I'm seeing in the output. It looks right. But no light. Shift 220. I like it. Right bulb settings. Okay, fine, good. Right, Q shift is 220. Brightness multiplier 1 times the right max bulb brightness. 0.6. Okay, it looks good. Grabbing the HSL, getting back our HTML. It's looking good as well. The HTML that I'm getting is that one right there, that 054FF. Verify. What's it looking like? What's the right color blue? Cool. Changing the bulb color. And it goes blue. It is blue. I'm not having anything turn off the bulb yet. You know what I'm thinking, kids? I'm thinking like we're kind of close, but it's a little bit quirky. I think it's a good time for a break, and I'll come back and solve this tomorrow. Where I'm at. So I'll change to red, like that. Yeah, so you can see the light on my face. That's kind of the goal here. But I really want to see it as I get further out, to dim down. It is not. It's flickering instead. We need to set up more data. That's what I need to do. Nothing happening over here on this side. Oh no, wait! That light just turned on. And like I said, we just don't have the light going off. We need to figure that out too. Throw it, and we need a way to turn off the lights. We don't have that. Bring the blue ball up. Is that going to work at all? You're going to get blue if I go over here? Is this raging murky? No. Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, so blue now does not seem to be making any shifts. What's the color coming up in this place? That looks blue. That's blue. Why not change to blue? Set a breakpoint here. Bring up the blue one more time. This is interesting. And 1. Just a 10 on that. And it changed it. Okay, I wonder if we were changing so quickly that we were getting that error. I think we need to kind of document the error for tomorrow's show. We'll send the error out to the output, kind of get a handle on how many changes we're making, clean it up so that when we're not when there's no fireball, the lights go off or they return back to their white, their normal white setting, white balance setting. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Let's get a raid going. We'll end the show today. Not bad. Made a little bit of progress. Get this thing tomorrow. I think we're going to get this all fixed tomorrow. We'll send you over to Shell Codes. She looks like she's doing some pretty cool stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow, kids. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Janiscu7, Cody Gorilla, thanks for your help. Pudding and Seth Juarez, thanks for hanging out with us. Everybody else is lurking. We'll see you tomorrow.